Business credit is a record of a business's financial history showing how well it manages its debts and obligations. So just like you have a personal credit, for your business has a credit score as well. So bank suppliers, leasing companies, pretty much anyone your business deals with financially use this score to decide whether or not to work with you and on what terms. And here's the cool part, a strong business credit score can help your business secure loans, lease equipment, get better terms from vendors, and even lower insurance premiums. Okay, so let's get into this thing. So business credit versus personal credit. So we're going to just start from the beginning. So you have to form your LLC, and I'm not sure if everyone knows how to do that, so we're going to just walk through the steps. So you're going to search, you're going to do a search online to your state's corporations division. So you're going to do that, and then you're going to search form an LLC. And so you're going to fill out these forms, which is called Articles of Organization. So this is just preliminary stuff for those who have not actually established their LLC. So you're going to do that. You're going to fill out the forms of Articles of Organization. You're going to do an entity search before that, though. Do an entity search before that, so that you'll know if someone else has that name that you are interested in using. And so when you do your entity search and no one has that name, you're good to go. But make sure the name that you choose has something to do with what you do as a business owner, what your business is or does. So just say, for instance, you baking cakes. Don't just say Tanya Designs. You know, that does not go with, that doesn't describe what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You can say Tanya Exquisite Treats and Cakes or something like that. So make sure what you doing, what you choose has something to do with the industry that you are in. Okay, so we got that. A DUNS number is a 9-digit number that sets you apart from other businesses. It's what trade companies use to give you a score. Just like we have Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. We got 3 business credit bureaus. One is Duns and Bradstreet, Equifax, and Experian. So after you get your EIN, you're going to go to Duns and Bradstreet website, which is dnb.com, and you're going to apply for a DUNS number. So you're going to walk through those steps in applying for a DUNS number, okay? And so after you get your DUNS number, you're going to start applying for some trade accounts. And these trade accounts is going to report to your business credit to build up your business credit score. Okay, so a few companies that you can start to build business credit with. The first one is Uline. You can go to uline.com and you can order something for less than $100. You're going to order that, and you're going to apply for net 30 terms. So you're going to ask them for net 30 terms. And so net 30 terms is basically they're letting you order something, they're going to send it, and then in 30 days you're going to pay it back, just like you would do with a credit card. So you're going to, Uline is one, Granger is another. You have Maverick Office Supplies is another one. And try to apply to at least 3 per month. And so when you apply for the net 30 counts, they're going to send you the product, and in 30 days, make sure you pay it back on time. So when you pay it back on time, that's when they're going to begin to report on your business credit score. And when you're doing the net 30 with them, they're going to ask for your EIN, they're going to ask for your DUNS number as well. So it's important to have the DUNS number before you start to applying for these trade accounts. You know, and these places may not have everything that you need, but you can find something on there to begin to build your business credit with. So like I said, and in 30 days, they're gonna report to the Business Credit Bureau. Okay, and then you're gonna start to build your business credit that way. And then after that, you're gonna apply for a business credit card. Okay? So, but before that, you're gonna get a business bank account.
Yeah.
Before that, you're gonna get a business bank account. And I suggest that you start with a credit union, because they have, you know, they're more lenient, and they will give you a loan kind of faster than a traditional bank. And you also have the CDFIs around, which is, you got Detroit Development Fund. That's a CDFI that caters to, inner city people that may not have access to traditional funding from big banks. So a credit union that is good is a Public Service Credit Union. You can open up a bank account there. Also, you can open up more than one business bank account at one time. That way, you can start to funneling your money. And just a tip, if you get, like, if you come into a large amount of money, maybe like a tax refund or so, you can split that money up and open maybe at least 2 business accounts at the same time, so that you can really get the ball rolling. And then when you go to these banks, to the credit unions, you simply ask, what kind of products do you have for small business owners? You know, because they do have products, especially for small business owners. So, okay, so we got our entity, we got our LLC, we got our EIN number, we got our DUNS number. Then we're gonna open a business bank account. Then we're gonna start applying at some of these suppliers. Like I said, Uline, Granger, Maverick Office Supplies. Gonna start applying there. And then they're gonna start reporting. And then after that, you're gonna apply for a business credit card. So, you can apply at, Bank of America has a small business credit card that you can apply for. American Express has a small business credit card you can apply for. Sam's Club has, credit cards for small business owners. Who else? Like I said, American Express. Chase, they have a business credit card for small business owners. So these are some places that you can apply to get the ball rolling, so that when you're ready to apply for the big money, they can check your business credit score and they can say, oh, he's been handling or she's been handling their credit properly. And another tip that I wanna say, if you apply for a credit card and you get, just say, a $10,000 limit on a business credit card with 0 interest financing, you can use the whole amount if you need it for something.
Before he gave you money, you kind of have a substantial growth. How do you, what do they look for, or
Well,
does it depend on where you go?
Well, it depends on what industry you're in too. That's a big thing. If you're, to say, in the real estate industry, they know you're just getting started out in real estate investing, so they're willing to help you get started, you know, and it depends on that, what industry you're in, and also if you've been doing like, have you been doing business on your own? Just say if you know, you start a daycare at your house, you know, they want to see your track record, you know, they want to see what have you done within the last year or so. Have you taken into accountability, you know, have you been keeping your own records, you know, so they'll give you a chance.
I mean, it's good to ask questions, but do you recommend waiting, like, do you recommend, like, hey, go talk to a banker or go talk to an advisor so you can, like, grow and then go into apply, or do you think, like, there should be a waiting period, or you file and get all those things, your LLC, your bank accounts, your, you know, all the things you mentioned? Do you recommend a little waiting period, like 6 months into your business or 3 months before you go in?
Well, if you're trying to get like a big loan, I suggest somebody wait like a year, you know. But with credit cards and things like that, you know, you don't really have to wait, but just do those steps
Yeah.
to build up your credit report so that when you do those steps, you do the trade lines, you do the credit card, and then, just say a year later, you decide that you need $100,000, you can go try and apply for $100,000, which I did, so, you had a question?
Can I answer that
Yes, I
too?
did.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to say you can do projections. They look for that too. So
Yeah.
usually when you go to people like Prosperous and those type of companies, or you can hire an accounting, but they'll give you money based on what you think you're gonna
Yes, they will.
project. So I know with my loan, I had to project 3 years. In 3 years, and it's 3 years. Usually an extra 5, but these people, like you said, depends on where what you want to. But most people, if you do here, they're gonna want to see you doing here out of your house.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
wanna
like you
see
said,
your track
they're
record.
gonna ask for your resume.
Yeah.
For childcare, they asked me did I have an associate's. Like I knew I wasn't gonna get a PhD, so I got bare minimum. But they want to see. You can't just say pop up and say, "Hey, I want to own a nursing home," and you never worked in a nursing home before.
Right,
So
yeah.
I would say if you are going into a field that's kind of brand new, you at least have to have some type of concrete. Because sometimes they will reach out to people
Yeah.
to ask about your work experience, what you did. It just really depends on the lender.
Yeah.
So they want to see some type of work with that projection that you will be able to project that. So you can get a loan off of that, just your projection.
Yeah. Yeah.
I share one more resource.
Yeah.
Black Leaders of Detroit, I got, is it 20,000, but you can get up to 30, no interest loan.
Wow.
So they do a $5,000 grant, Black Leaders of Detroit, and I'm also a member. Every month, it's like $4 and something that they pull together. I don't know if that's called it's not
Crowdfunding.
is it crowdfunding?
Yeah.
So when you become a member, you just pay $4 a month, but what they do, they probably got 1 million members, and that funding, they pull together for entrepreneurs, and it's no interest. So if you go on here, it's every quarter, 4 times a year, up to 30,000. I just applied for 20, but you can get 10, 20, but the max is 30. No interest for 5 years. So Black Leaders of Detroit.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, they kind of answered my question already. I was just gonna say, do they look at your personal history, the employment record, all of that good stuff, and do they check your credit, your personal credit, and do they leverage that or penalize you for anything you may have on your personal credit? Because your name's on the LLC, the EIN, when they look it up, you're gonna need somebody to be the ambassador or whatever, the liaison for your business. Your name is on the certified with your business. So are you gonna be personally penalized when they look for credit? When they do their credit checks on the loans, so they look at yours, or do they just look for businesses? But she said employment history is also a factor, so that's your personal experience as well. So it kind of answers your question, but do they look at the loan history?
Yeah, depending on, like she said, depending on the lender. Different lenders ask for different things. So my lender, they did want to see your personal finances, which is be like a tax return, and it doesn't matter like how much you make or how little you make. They just want to see what you're doing, your history. Are you working, or you just somebody just don't do nothing or whatever? They just want to see your character too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They
You
want to
paying
see.
on time?
Yeah. Are you paying on time? And they,
That's big.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah,
like
Yeah.
when
I
we
think that 100%, like when I got my loan, because I had everything set to auto pay for a year. I got it, and they said 99% everything was paid on time. So if you have like missed car payments and stuff like that, I would advise to wait.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, or you
wait,
should,
build
yeah,
it
so
up.
they will look, they do,
Yeah.
because they have to look at your personal
Yeah.
credit. Unfortunately, that defines whether or not you're a responsible person to everybody.
Yeah.
So I would say if you have like a missed credit card or missed payments that's consistency, I would wait at least a year to make sure, 1 year on.
Yes.
On time, auto pay. People don't like auto pay, but I live for it. Because I know I'm gonna win a loan or something.
Exactly.
Now there are other loopholes around that where they won't look at you, like C corps and trusts and things like that, where you can be a beneficiary. Where they're not looking at your personal history.
That
As
is.
long as the LLC
Some
is
people
there.
put their businesses in trusts. I'm learning a lot.
A lot of people do that.
It's gotta be that made some
They gotta make
revenue.
some money.
Yeah.
When you go that
Cause
way.
you can hide it,
Yeah.
but they're gave.
Yeah.
You like,
They giving you money.
Because they're giving you money, that's their money they
Yeah.
get.
They
But
look
once
at
you
yeah.
start and once you have proven yourself over, you know, just say like a year, you know, put up your personal social security number, whatever, after you've done that, you will no longer have to be a personal guarantor on your stuff if
Yeah.
you have mastered and have shown, you've made payments on time and you've shown a good track record. Eventually, you will not have to be a personal guarantor. You know, that's where we want to get to.
Yeah.
We want to get to that place. But you think Amazon them got to be a personal guarantor for their stuff and they still getting loans? No. Because they've proven they've proven themselves, you know. And then another thing you should get is a website.
Yeah.
So after you got your business bank account, make sure you get you a website, because a website basically says like, I'm a professional.
Right.
You know, this is not just a hobby. This is my business. This is what I do, and I'm serious about what I do. You know, and if you need someone to do a website for you, you can go to Fiverr.com, which is Fiverr.com, and you can get a website for as little as $100. You know, you can get that done. And so, you don't have to be no extravagant website. I did a website myself, you know. You know, and you can get an e-commerce website too, where you can sell your products on that website. You know what I'm saying? So it's good to do that as well. So after that, you get you a website, and like she got her Shopify store, and she sells her products on there as well.
Those are linked to, because I have a fulfillment center.
Mhm.
So outside of Walmart meets, you know, getting the products done and shipping them to Walmart for them to ship out, I also have a warehouse that I'm filling up stock. So the Shopify store is integrated with certain warehouses, to where all you gotta do is integrate your site with them and whatever inventory that, you know what I mean, like the CRM kind of, it helps your business keep going and growing without you having inventory at your house. Working from home.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna finish up, and then we're gonna take questions right at the end, okay? Because this, I know this can't do. So, okay, so after you get your website and you've done a year worth of, you know, sales, and you've done your, made your on-time credit card payments, you made your on-time payments to the suppliers. The next step, if you are really ready to scale or expand your business, you can apply for a small business loan. And you can go to the SBA. The SBA, the Small Business Administration, they have small loans that's catered to small businesses. You know, you can apply for a 7A loan, or you can apply for a 504 loan, or you can apply for a micro loan. You know, if you need maybe $5,000 to $10,000, that's considered a micro loan. You know, but go to SBA.gov, and then you're gonna see loans, and then you're gonna, you know, read through the ones that, the 7A and the 504 and micro loan, just read through it and decide which one is best for you, you know, for where you are at that particular time. Okay, so you can do that. And as he had mentioned, Motor City Match, I applied for Motor City Match, and I won Motor City Match for my cookie business. I got a cookie company called Crumbs Cookie Station. Crumbs Cookie Station, we got it in Meyer. You know, and another thing, and my husband, this is my husband, Albert Simpson, y'all. Say hey to Albert. And so, when I met him, I was just really selling to different people. I was like doing pop-up shops and different things like that, but he's like, you should make it a business. So he encouraged me to make it a business, and he would just constantly say the I am statement. He would say, oh, we gonna get these cookies in the store. We gonna get these cookies in the store. We gonna get these cookies in the store. And lo and behold, we got the cookies in the store. So we got them in Rivertown Market, Jefferson, and Woodward corner market.
Okay.
And so, you know, it's nothing to it, you just
They
have to be
are.
diligent.
They are really
You know,
good.
my son,
Peanut butter
my
jelly.
son used to be calling, he's 17 now, but when he was like, okay, 13, no, he was
Yeah,
like calling,
and
me,
make
saying,
her come
I need
and
your
get
cookies.
cookies.
Like, like, he wants some cookies.
And I would sell them at the school, I would sell them at my daughter's school, and we would go to the salons, to the barber shops, because I had prayed one day, because I was a single mother, and I prayed one day and I said, God, I want to make some extra money. And so he just put in my mind to bake and sell cookies, and I'm like, okay. So I did it, and I was, like I said, selling on the job. I was sending cookies to school with my niece and my daughter. They went to the same school, and they would sell, and the security guards would be like, y'all know y'all supposed to be selling. So they would have security guards to cover them, so they would let them sell the cookies. And one of the parents, I guess one of the students took it home to their dad, and the daddy ended up sending his daughter to my house like, they need 2 dozen cookies. So it just took off from there, you know what I'm saying? So a vision, a thought in your mind, you can expand on it and just trust God, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
whatever you feel good about doing, you can make it a business, whatever it is, your gifts, your talents, your abilities. You can make it a business and profit from it. Because that's what the Word of God tells us. That your gift will make room for you, but also your gift is as a precious stone. And whichever way it turns, it prospers. So it's supposed to be a tool for you to prosper with. So just tap into your gifts. You know what I'm saying? Don't go into something just for the money. You know what I'm saying? Because you won't enjoy it. You won't be living life. It'll be the burden. It'll be like you're just working a 9 to 5, but go into something you're passionate about. Something you enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? Something you feel good about. You know what I'm saying? And then it won't be like you're working. It'll be like you're fulfilling your purpose. You know, so, daughter. So I just want to encourage you all to just keep moving and keep learning and keep growing. Don't be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Every opportunity that you can learn, you need to take that opportunity to learn and grow with. You know what I'm saying? Write down all your goals. Write down the desires of your heart, even if it is extravagant, even if it may seem like, oh, how am I? Don't ever think that, because whatever you think is what's going to happen in your life. If you think, oh, I can't never live in that house, I'll never accomplish that, you're never going to do it. Because as you think, so it is. Because we're made in the image of God. So what we speak out of our mouth will happen. I'm telling you, it will literally happen in your life. If you speak things, you're speaking it into existence. It's life and death in the power of the tongue. Whatever you speak, whether it's life, you're going to bring life. If you're speaking negative, you're speaking death to your situation. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, I had a pastor, our Apostle Caldwell, he said, you talk yourself into it, talk yourself right out of it. You know what I'm saying? You change your world by what you speak. And like this building was originally for our cookie business. Because I had won Motor City Match, a $60,000 grant. But you have to have, when you also going for the cash round with Motor City Match, you gotta have a brick and mortar that you're either interested in, you own, or an intent to lease. You gotta have a letter, an intent to lease, or an actual lease, or the deed for you to obtain the cash. You know what I'm saying? So we had, we was gonna get a building off of Jefferson near downtown. And so we were gonna lease it, but they just took too long to get the building together. So we, I said it was over a year, and we hadn't still gotten into the building. So I was like, that's okay. I said, I had a realtor, I said, find us a building. So she found this building. This building is just like it is now. We didn't put a dime in this building.
Wow.
Only thing we put in this building is an air conditioning system. It worked, we gotta get it rewired to our thing. But we didn't, it came just like this, just like this.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? We spoke this building into existence. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm saying all that to say, whatever your heart desires, you can have it. It does not matter. It's nothing too hard for God to bring to pass. You can do the impossible. What may seem impossible, you can do it if you just put your mind to it and stay diligent and stay persistent. Write down where you want to be. You got to put it out on paper. You can't keep it up here. You know what I'm saying? We got to write the vision. It's a reason why they say write it, because you're writing really a contract. You're writing a contract. You're writing it out so that it can come to pass. It was the reason why God told Moses to write the 10 Commandments so that we could see that, you know what I'm saying, we could see the vision.
He had to write
You
it
got to
twice.
see it down.
He had to write it twice.
Twice, and they tore it up the first time, so he had to write it up. So, you know, I just want to encourage y'all today to just move forward in your passion and in your dreams, you know, and know that your abilities were given to you for that. Because what my sister right here is very good at administrative work. I'm not that good, you know what I'm saying? So we have our different gifts and our different abilities to benefit for us and to be able to serve others with. And one last thing I want to say to you all, if you don't write down your goals and your plans, it's like a ship. If a ship is set sail out on the ocean and it don't have no destination to get to, but it's gonna crash and maybe catch on fire and burn. So that's like us. If we don't have a road map, if we don't have direction, if we don't have nothing written out to guide us to the destination we want to get to, we're gonna just stay in the same space we're in day after day after day. So we got to write the vision and make it plain. All right. And one last thing I want to say. How many in here have a business already? Okay. So how many want to start a business? Okay. So most of you on in here either got a business or want to start a business. So how many of you all would like to have a course that could help walk you through getting your business credit in order? Something you can go and sit down and look at and read and study and hear a video on business credit. How many of you would like that?
Please get together, man.
Okay, so I do have that. I have a course created.
Oh, you do?
I have a course created for those who are interested in learning how to build their business credit. And it's a QR code on that paper. I'm not sure if everybody got one, but it's a QR code on here. And, you got one? Okay, so it's a QR code on here, and you just scan this QR code, and it's gonna take you to my website, and you go to the store on the website, and it's the section where it says Building Business Credit Course. You click that, and you get that, and you download it, and it'll walk you step by step. It's $47. It'll walk you step by step in how to build your business credit up. So this is a great tool for those who are interested in building their business credit up to the next level so that they can access finances and funding for their business. Okay? Okay. All right, so that questions. We can take questions for myself, Denise.